Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEO0320 representing JVS. I got the lovely fiance here. Alicia is back, you guys. We are here for an advanced screening review for the amazing Disney film, Moana. And I gotta say, Disney has done it again. Whatever my number is, this is one of the best Disney films that they've come out with to date, to be quite honest with you. But let's go ahead and kind of break it down. I was going to read a description of it, but I feel like going into it with like ideas up in the air what it's going to be, it elevates the experience for me. Because when I went in there, I really didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a Disney movie. I figured it was going to have a Disney princess. And I figured like The Rock was going to be, you know, Maui, this like superhero kind of character. But what I thought and what the movie was is an amazing extension. So visually though, babe, what did you think about the movie?
I thought it was awesome. Just visually, someone.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. Like the visuals were cool. I like how it went back and forth between like regular like animation and like other stuff. What was the other stuff called?
Yeah. So like there were times where a lot of this takes place in native to.
So the movie from a lot of it takes place for the most part like in the water.
Yeah.
But like culturally, it's a nod to like the Pacific Islands. Like, yeah. So I thought culturally, I thought that was really cool. I think that's something that Disney, he hasn't really done yet, and I think that it was really cool to have The Rock do it. For him to be the voice, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. Like I really think it really like opened up a whole new like thought or whatever of the whole Disney princess.
Yeah.
Because I think what was different about Moana is that I can't spoil it, right?
No, we can't spoil it at all.
Alright, well, her character, the way it ends is very different than what you see in most of these Disney stories where there is a voyage. There's always a voyage, there's always a trip. It always the story Disney stories always get to the path you have to take to get to wherever you're supposed to be, but I just think hers ended different, and I really, really appreciated that.
Yeah, and then even piggybacking off what she said, like based on a cultural standpoint, like I think that they identified it so well. Like I felt like I was immersed into their world, like from the grandmother to Maui, and just kind of like him from a mythological standpoint, and who he's supposed to be, kind of a demi-god, and then just them as a people, as a tribe, like they flourish, you know what I'm saying? And it's very different. It wasn't like this kind of cookie cutter, like, man, there's an enemy, there's a problem within the people, or the ranks within the people. Like these people were together, you know what I'm saying? And I think that culturally, from a visual standpoint, I think that they identified it so well. And like she said, with the water. The water in and of itself is a whole other character, and it's like how they were able to identify that. I think the very first sequence is when I saw Moana as a little baby and kind of walking out and talking with the other kids, and then kind of walking away to the water, and the water just leading her in. I was like, man, what's gonna happen to this kid? And it's like she unravels her own destiny in front of her, and it motivates her throughout the rest of her life to moving forward, and I thought that was so amazing. So the visuals for this are top notch. These are one of the best visuals that Disney's kind of ever done, especially with Pixar. Pixar, they started off with Toy Story, but they now have just kind of like gone there. And then I think the other part of that
were the songs.
Yes. How did you know I was going to say that?
Songs were awesome.
The music, you guys, is just amazing. Like, what y'all remember, you know, like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and even Frozen. But this, throughout the entire film, music was just coming out of everywhere. And it wasn't like forced. It wasn't like, you know, there's this one moment. Like, there are different themes throughout different people's songs.
Yeah.
And there's dialogue that adds extensions to where the story is gonna go.
And by the way, random, I love hearing The Rock sing. It was just the cool, like, yes, Rock said a best out under the tune. You better give us a little something.
Yes. And
cool. His character was cool. His character had that like love to hate, but then you love him again. You're like, oh, okay. In my mind, that's the type of person The Rock is.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, if you're watching this, that Maui is who I think you are. Redeeming. yet arrogant as the day is long. Yet amazing.
Wow. Okay. I guess we'll go into. Well, no, I really want to talk about this because a lot of people are going to go into this thinking like this is just kind of like a regular Pixar movie where there's not a lot of singing, but the singing in this and the way that they actually use the audio and the mixing and the tone and even the score. I want this score. Like I want these different songs. Like even if it's the soundtrack here with actual songs,
But
or
we're
this
not
score.
buying the soundtrack because we're saving for a wedding.
Anyway, I highly recommend you definitely check out. Like if you can find the score or the soundtrack, it's worth it. I can promise you that. So moving on to the voice acting, like she said, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he embodied that character. He nailed it. That is definitely him. You know, I think that he took a personal stand of it. Even like the way that Maui would dance, I was like, I've seen The Rock do that. I think what was the movie Be Cool, where he was kind of like, well, anyway, there's moments that he has like an interesting dance number, and it reminded me of that same exact thing. And so him being Samoan, I think that he's really taking this on his own. But the main character, the main voice actress, she just nails it. I mean, from the musical numbers to the touching moments, it was just great. And even the grandmother that was in this movie, there was a moment in the movie that touched me so deeply that like I literally started to cry because it made me identify with the fact that my grandparents solidified certain ideals in me that resonates with me forever. And it's like even though they're gone and even though there was a time frame when they left this earth, you know, I was really hurt by that and I was feeling void in my emotions. When I got to where I needed to be, those same things that they put in me and believing in me like extended me, you know. And I think that the main character, there's a moment she has kind of like that, and it's like legacy and family and like forgetting your roots, forgetting who you are, knowing who you are.
Absolutely.
Those are the central themes of this movie from a story standpoint. Like there's so many different messages to pull from this. And I mean, even if you want to excuse like the mysticism of, you know, Maui and the demi-gods and even like the main, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just say there's a lot of different things that are really supernatural in element, but the themes in and of themselves about culture, about people, about moving forward, and about not forgetting who you were, but knowing who you are in the moment is there. And I think that from a story standpoint, this is amazing. I don't want to spoil anything. We're not going to talk about the story at all. I can just tell you this is one of Disney's finest films that they've come up with.
All right, number.
I give it a 9.5 out of 10. This is one of my favorites.
I was thinking 9.5 as well.
No, you weren't.
I was.
No, you weren't.
I was like 9. Like he gonna say 10 because he's team 2.
I mean,
I was gonna say 9.5.
I mean, I wanted to give it a 10. I think if I look at this, this is a movie you can definitely rewatch. You can definitely go and buy this and rewatch. It's got a lot of rewatchability, but for me, a 10 is The Lion King. It transcends everything for me. But I can imagine being a 10-year-old and watching this movie and really getting something from it. This might be an amazing 10. I think the kids are gonna love this film.
Yes,
adults are
adults
gonna gravitate towards the ideals behind it.
Facts.
And I don't know, it's just something about this movie that's very special. And I highly recommend you check it out. Hopefully y'all enjoyed our review. And we're gonna check it out in movie theaters again, maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Hashtag say win.
Hey y'all, if y'all want to donate to the wedding.
No, Jake,
All right, everybody,
fine.
keep it locked. JBS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, everybody.